Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We have got loads to go over today, as it seems that we are moving into some really weird territory. Greg has finally made a return, and we've also got the Helldivers team at Arrowhead teaming up with a company to make some really cool stuff. We've got loads of fan stuff coming to the scene, and they've even got some sensory images on posters for Helldivers. This is a really, really weird one, so we're going to dive into all the information that you guys need to know in the Helldivers universe today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console. The best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, running up to 70% off on old and new games alike. It's an absolute no-brainer. The link's in the description. If you want to get involved with our giveaway for super credits, it is very, very simple. Make sure you go into the comment section and just put in a salute of any kind. That's an 07, an 01, or even the emoji. It'll enter you in. But with that being said, we need to see what it is that's happening in the world of Helldivers 2. So, as it stands, it is a Tuesday, and yet again we have received yet another movement of complete silence with no patch update coming this morning. I'm under no illusion that it's likely we'll hear something coming from the community managers later on in today to say that there was no patch update, and probably a reason why, or at least I'm hoping so. But as of right now, after our latest update patch that happened last week, we've got absolutely nothing coming into the rankings today, which doesn't surprise me because, my lord, that patch update was ginormous. But what is it that we can look forward to inside of the game? We have also waiting a major order, which hopefully will arrive later on today. I'm currently on vacation, so we will take a look into that as soon as we possibly can. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel, and we'll give you guys the latest MO as soon as we've got the availability to. Moving in from that, though, we are going to be taking a look at the known issues list, as a bit of a witch hunt went on for a little while inside of the DMs on Discord with me, as people were noticing that the Helldivers 2 known issues list on the Zendesk had been updated. Now, I have taken my time to take a message over to the B Vitamin herself, and there was just a little bit of a mess around in wording, so they've altered that so that it reads correctly. Nothing to report inside of that one. Moving in after that, though, some of you guys have been venturing around in-game since the latest patch update and have noticed some really, really wild things, and it seems that Greg is back. This post came up on Reddit and surfaced just 17 hours ago stating, "Who's this little guy?" And yeah, it does look like a little pumpkin face. And this is Greg. He is referred to in the game files as the Bug God, and my lord, we've not seen him for quite some time, but it does appear that he's actually made his way back into the game. Is this like a little Halloween Easter egg? I have no idea, but overall it is quite a funny little piece to say the least. A lot of you guys will remember Greg from back in the day in the in-game files. It kind of made no sense at all as to why he was there and how it was that he was a bug god, but yes, Greg is the god of the bugs, and they do worship the ground that he walks on. You may well find him. If you do, make sure you let me know in the comment section below exactly what planet and where it is that you found him so other people can go and visit. Moving in from that, though, Dark Horse Direct have worked with Arrowhead themselves to happily announce the Helldivers 2 one-of-one helmet replicas. Now, there is a current waitlist that is now open, and you can recite the Super Earth Anthem and sign up to gain an early pre-order access. These are obviously going to be really, really high in demand. The helmets are absolutely amazing. For those of you guys who know, you can get them 3D printed. Some people have already got their hands on them. I have 3 helmets on my setup, and they just look incredible. So if you haven't already gone to take a look at those, make sure that you do. Get your pre-orders in, because they are going to be absolutely iconic. Another thing coming from the Helldivers 2 community, though, is this right here coming from Plot Coalition. Now, this was an incredible trailer, fan-made trailer, I may add, labeled as the 2025 Helldivers movie. This has gained a load of traction in the last 24 hours, and my lord, it is absolutely incredible. Now, I don't want to ruin it for the likes of the creator, so if you want to go ahead and check it out, I'll leave the link down in the description. I will state that it's definitely worth the watch. It was extremely well made and something that you definitely want to make sure you've seen. Although with over 100,000 views on that video already, I'll say that it's likely you've probably already seen it. Moving in from that, though, somebody did notice that the Sony advertisements inside of places like Walmart are starting to censor the actual art itself. This was a really, really weird one, and some of you guys may not care about this, but it actually means a lot for the realm of gaming. This right here states goofy censored poster at Walmart. Now you can see right here that it looks pretty familiar, or at least similar, but my lord, they've taken out all of the weaponry inside of this so that no guns can actually be fired on this promotional. As to why that is, I have no idea at all. Walmart is a really weird place to put a censored image, especially for something like Helldivers. The main reason for that is I'm pretty sure in the States, places like Walmart and that actually sell weaponry inside of their stores. As to why this was censored, I have no idea. There seems to be a lot of conversation around censorship inside of gaming, and especially with Arrowhead at the moment, it seems that Sony are really leaning into that sensory way of actually advertising. I have no idea what the hell it is all about, but if you've seen this poster anywhere, then do let me know via the comment section below, because I'm extremely intrigued to see how far this is actually going to go. Now, it's been actually quite a quiet time period inside of Helldivers 2, and the official news has been really, really low down since the official patch update that happened last week. The developers have completely gone silent and nobody really heard anything. The only thing that we've really seen is an ex-Arrowhead community manager has actually jumped in for an interview with Thick Fillet and Clay Aesthetics. It was quite an interesting watch, and if you want to check that out, make sure that you do. I will leave the link in the description again. It's definitely nice to see Twinbeard is doing okay and to see that he's actually still doing the rounds inside of Helldivers 2 content. And you never know, you may see him feature on your own YouTube page at some stage soon. But what's next for the game? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Now that we've received this patch update, every second comment in my comment section or in my DMs on Discord, Twitter, and Instagram all seem to be revolved around new content. It wasn't going to take long for this to happen. Now that the game is finally in a better state, it's at least in the right direction. We've still got quite a few patch updates before the game is going to start receiving new content in terms of war bonds or anything more, but the community are now starting to talk about it. What is it that you guys want? Continue to get this game fixed, or would you like the new content to come through? I'm intrigued. Let me know via the comment section. And talking about comment section, we've got to take a look at the previous video where we went over the latest major win, the new cape that you guys managed to get for the Liberty Day special, and a community split on their opinions. It was quite an intriguing watch, so definitely check that one out. But the top comments right here state the following. People say stop making new content and fix the bugs. So the devs stop making new content and start fixing the bugs. People then say we didn't get enough new content for Liberty Day. The cycle continues. Now, the Liberty Day one was a bit of a controversial one. It is a holiday that lasts 24 hours, and it would have been one that they'd have been preparing for quite some time, hence how whole websites were built and games were made and things were upgraded, and there was some update to the UI system inside of the game itself, which meant that you were able to see the actual fireworks in there. So realistically, the reward process probably shouldn't have been as little as what it was. In terms of new content, we're talking about war bonds, enemy types, and stuff like that. When you talk about a one-time limited edition reward for a specific holiday inside of the game's universe, you kind of expected a little bit more, especially considering previous years. Or at least that's my 2 cents on the matter. Let me know what you guys are thinking of the Liberty Day antics and whether it is that you agree with this or if you expected more yourself. This next one is coming from Mr. Decas1, states that I can't stop myself from thinking the Constitution melee wasn't counting, so they could use it as an excuse to give us the MO, so we got the cape. Now, that does seem quite logical. The way that the Constitution actually worked was primarily as a shooting weapon, and now I know full well that the way that their systems work in the background is that if you are utilizing one style of weapon, you can't use like the overall style. You have to actively just use that one weapon. It's a really, really weird way of working it, but nonetheless, it is something that happens quite frequently. With regards to the melee system, it's a completely separate bracket, so fingers crossed they don't do that too much in the future, but I feel like we were given this major order as a way to be able to get the cape, because realistically, we were always going to receive that Liberty Day free cape. They were never going to not give it to you, let's be honest. And this final one states right here, I logged in 6 minutes before timeout, and we were only at 75%. It's nice to see they updated the counter. Now, this obviously was going to be one of those. It was just an activity that we could utilize, but the free cape was always going to be given to you. There was no universe that ever existed where Arrowhead was not going to give you that free cape for Liberty Day, because my lord, the controversy on that one would have been absolutely ginormous, or at least that's the way that I look at it. But let me know what you guys are thinking, and if you think that there was a realm where we weren't going to receive that cape. They'd be absolutely delusional to do it. But nonetheless, unfortunately, that's what we've got time for today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have some actual news for you guys instead of just some fun pieces. Thank you so much for sticking it out. And if you got this far in the video, you're genuinely genuinely such a legend for this channel. If you did get this far, hit a star in the comment section, just so I know exactly who it is that's fully supporting, regardless of what it is that we're doing right now. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.